weekend. I usually go on a little bit earlier. However, we had people that came and left and came and left, realized that I live by a college and I have a couple of college students as roommates. So it's super cool. And we get to see their family and enjoy family time, which brings us to budget, Christmas, and family, right? So let's start out with we did talk about buying a home and we did talk about how to buy a home and the three most important things about buying a home. Hey, how you doing, Allie? Hey, it's you. So a lot of people have problems at Christmas. You know, there's a lot of depression at Christmas because people go, oh my God, I don't know what to buy my family and I don't have enough money to buy stuff and all that good stuff. And so you have to think about your budget. And you have to stay on your budget because if you bought a home already, you know that, you got a house payment, or you're going to have a house payment. Merry Christmas to you, a very early Merry Christmas. So some people, I said, look, I have the best Christmas gift ever. And I said that last week and I said I would share it because my son and I do it every year. We're a little bit extravagant, but you can do it any way you want. So we're going to stay on a budget at Christmas, but what we're going to do, and I'll show you things during the week of what you can do with this same concept. So the concept is time. You got that? Time. So when somebody asked me what I wanted for Christmas one year, how is your mom? My mom's doing great. Thank you for asking. And I just got her a new phone so she can travel around the house with it. So that's good. So thank you. So anyway, when somebody asked me what I wanted for Christmas and they said I was the hardest person to shop for, I'm like, I'm not really that hard to shop for. They said, well, you have everything. And I bet your parents have everything and some of your sisters and brothers and maybe some of your friends have everything. And so here's the thing. I looked at my son and I said, you know what I want from you? And he said, what? And I said, time, because I can't get time back. And I can't spend time with you because you're really busy. So for Christmas, I want time. So we sat down and we talked about it. And what we did was we worked on it together. So it wasn't like a surprise gift. We worked on it together. We both snow ski, I snow ski, he snowboards. And we picked a place to go to. And we said, every year, we're going to give the gift of time to each other. We're going to stop what we're doing and spend time with each other. Now, that's something that you can do if you want to discuss it with your spouse or the person you want to. You know, it's going to be one of those mornings because all morning my mom's been calling me. And so I know she's okay. And I don't know what I have to do to tell her that I'm live every day. So you need to leave me alone. But anyway, she wants to spend some time with me. So for Christmas, she's going to get some time. So there's ways that you can give time if you don't want to say, okay, I'm going to take you on a week vacation. Like, so my son and I went to Taos together for a week. And then we decided that every year we were going to pick a place to go. We'd sit down and say, okay, this is our Christmas gift to each other. We're going to sit down and pick a place to go where I can spend time with you, you can spend time with me, and it's quality time. So one of the things that you can do if you want to give them something, and what I do is I bought these bags, and you can get them on Amazon, and you can get like 24 of them for like $18 or something. I bought these bags. And I'm going to do it during the week. I'll show you how I decorate things. And I'm not really a Christmassy person and I don't spend a lot of money because time is so valuable. So what I do is I have this bottle of wine and then I'm going to take a label. And on the label, I'm going to write movie and dinner, you know, a night out. Okay, that's one thing. That's something, and you have to think about what they like to do too. So if they like to go to the movies or if they like to go to sports events, whatever they like to do, you get them tickets to go with them to something like that, or you can give them the tickets and say, you know, these are 2 tickets, and you know, it's for you to spend time the way that you want to spend time. So on this bottle of wine, I'm going to put a new label that's going to say dinner and a movie. It's going to say alone time. It's going to say, you know, massage at Massage Envy. You think about the things that they want, and she says her kids want toys. I know a lot of times kids want toys, but you know what we did when we had my son and he was little is we said, okay, when he's little and he's 2, he gets 2 toys. When he's 3, he gets 3 toys. And we went up to 5 toys, and they each get 5 toys. So anyway, you label the things that you want to give to them on, you know, an affordable bottle of wine, put it in a little thing like this, you tie it together like this, and then it comes with string and little labels, and the labels, trust me, these little labels don't come with the snowflake poked out. You have to poke them out. So you poke out the snowflake, you put it on there, it looks really cute, and when they open it up, they think they're just getting a bottle of wine, but they're getting dinner and a movie. They're getting maybe a massage at Massage Envy, or at a massage place that they like to go to, or they might be getting a facial because that's alone time. So stuff like that. And then I'll show you how we wrap, like tomorrow I'll show you how I do that. But that's just something that's affordable that you can give to like your spouse, because it's easy to buy your kids a few toys. It's easy to take care of the children. It's when you start getting older and you don't know what to get that, you know, and somebody has everything they want. Like my mom has everything she wants and needs. She doesn't need anything else. All she wants and she constantly begs me for is time. So I am going to give her something. I'll figure it out. I'll wrap it up. But before I wrap it, I'll show you guys and how I'm going to give it to her. So that is the gift of the century. And the thing is time. And you have to be creative of how you're going to spend that time with that person. So you can get them tickets to a movie. You can get them tickets to a sports game. You can get them, like I said, a Massage Envy thing. It's not always about material items. It's about things that they can spend their time doing. So with that said, that's the Christmas part of this one. He said, my family is having a new chapter. I would love to talk to you, Allie, about all your new chapters, but I can't answer you on this while I'm trying to do the video. But I love that you're here, which is really awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about just the few things we talked about last week and move forward. So I looked at my comments and I had somebody say that she wants to learn how to buy a house in Texas. Well, the very first thing, like we talked about, is you have to get your house in order before you buy a house. How about that? You have to get your budget in order. So the three things that we're concerned about is how much money you make and how much money you spend. We're concerned about your credit, and we're concerned about your job history. We're not too concerned about the down payment, because what you have to do is you have to consider not buying the best house in the world. Consider buying your first property, whether it's the perfect property or not. Consider buying that property, and then after you buy that property, you can move forward. So Ellie says you have to have the right amount of money. I'm trying to read at the same time. So let's say that you have no money. Let's say you're starting from scratch and you have no money. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do a budget, and you're going to figure out, where is your money going? Are you living off of credit cards? Do you need help? Do you need help to pay the payments? You just sold a house this week. Oh, congratulations. I got to find out where you are. So the thing is you have to figure out if you need help, or if you need to figure out how to start doing maybe a side business, something that you can do that you can earn money and put it aside so that you can have at least, I want to say closing costs, but you can, when you get the down payment assistance, you can get closing costs and the down payment. So if you go FHA. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is like the girl in Texas that said, I need help buying a house in Texas. First, you need to look at your budget. And if you don't know what you're looking at and you need help, call a mortgage company, call a mortgage broker. Mortgage brokers are always very, very helpful because they want to help you figure out what you need to do to move forward to buy something. So if you can't buy something now, they should help you set up a budget and figure out what kind of loan you can get. And if that person doesn't help you, contact me and we'll sit down and look at your budget and what you're doing to move forward, okay? So there's so many things that you can do to move forward. If you're just in a dead-end job and you need to move forward on that dead-end job, you need to look and make an idea about what you want for a career change. You know, what kind of career do you want? Do you want to be a loan officer? Do you want to be a real estate agent? Do you want to be a nurse? Do you want to be, I don't know, an engineer? Think about what you want to be to move forward with that. Because if you have a job at, let's call it McDonald's or In-N-Out, and you're not making a lot of money and you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, you have to make a decision of how you're going to get out of what you're doing and move forward with what you want to do. Because if you need to go to school to get to that next step, you need to figure out how you're going to go to school. And I know that there's a lot of, you're a nurse right now and a real estate agent. You should be doing really well if you're a nurse and a real estate agent. Nurses do really well. And if you're a real estate agent and all the other nurses know that you're a real estate agent, they might want to work with you. So the whole thing is about Get started, make a goal, talk to somebody that will help you look at your situation and move forward. Now, if you have a good job and you have a little bit of money put aside and you think you want to do a down payment assistance program, I know there's 5 of you, so I need 5 thumbs up, please. Please. So what's going to happen is you need to start somewhere instead of just saying, okay, every morning you're procrastinating about doing something. So first things first, you either already have some money set aside or you need to start setting some money aside. If you're at a point where you can't do that at all, then it's going to be really, really hard for you to move forward. So with that said, you need to say, okay, well, if I'm sitting in a slump, how am I going to get out of the slump? What do I need to do to get myself moving forward? So whenever I get in a slump or I'm not motivated, I think about what are my goals? And then if I don't have any goals, I'm like, what am I trying to do? You have to really look at yourself and move forward. Any advice on how long I should study for a real estate exam? Okay, so actually it depends. What state are you taking your real estate exam in? Because you really don't have to study if you take the right class. So what it is if you're in California, I can help you. If you're in Texas, I might be able to help you. I know that a lot of people watch our YouTube channel, and by watching our YouTube channel, they're able to go ahead and take the exam. So it depends on what state you're in. But for the most part, you're going to go through and you're going to take classes before you are ready to take your exam. Once you're ready for the exam, you need to take an exam prep. Oh, you're in Texas. How you doing? So I'm going to be doing some Texas stuff. I started going through the Texas Principles book, and I'm trying to find out the differences between Texas and California, because in all states, we have real property and we have personal property. And you have to know the difference between real property and personal property. Arkansas, it's nice there. And so every place you're at, real property is never going to move. It's immovable, and personal property is movable. So that's going to be the same. Hi, Candy. That's going to be the same whether you're in, that's Candy who I'm doing she's the one who got me to start Texas. But somebody else already gave me the Texas books. So real property and personal property is going to be the same. Eminent domain is going to be the same. Some of the things that I do have a question for you. Okay, so put it in my chat if it's not personal. If it's personal, I think you have my phone number and you can text it to me. So I'm going through and I'm checking the differences between Texas and California right now. Once I see the differences, I'm going to have a list of those. And then I'm going to say, okay, well, if you take the California class, you might be able to go ahead and then look at the list of the other things. And I'll say, okay, this is the same as California. Take this class. These are the additional things you have to know about Texas. Thank you so much. She said she loves how I teach. I teach so I can make it as easy as possible for you. So I wanted to come on because I promised everybody I would share my Christmas gift idea. So what I wanted to do, she says her friend is a nurse and she is a single mom and going through, okay, so if she's a single mom, she needs to watch the white candle. So the white candle is what happened to me in real life. And it gave me faith to believe that I can do what I need to do to survive. And everybody can do that if they just open their minds and have an open mind and figure out what you're best at doing. If you're best at doing something that's artsy craftsy, share it on TikTok, share it on YouTube, get customers that way. There's just so many things you can do. So whenever somebody says, what can they do? I'm like, okay, what can you do so that I can say, okay, maybe if I could do this, this is what I would do. So just have to think about it and maybe look into what you can do the best and move from there. And, Ellie, you're asking me all these questions that I can't answer while I'm doing my live YouTube. So if you want to, I know that you have my Instagram, and meet me on Instagram and we'll see if we can chat together and see how you can help her. So you have to think about ways, before you can help other people, you have to help yourself. A lot of times, sometimes, maybe you can help them, and by helping them, it helps you. I don't know. So we're going to look at different ways to help other people, because paying it forward is really important. Now that I saw that Ellie's trying to help her friend that's a nurse, I took a walk with my dog today. I take a walk every morning. And hi, how you doing? Hey, it's Ray. So I took a walk with my dog this morning. We took a long walk. So we went down a couple of streets that we don't normally go. And I see homes, and I know my business partner's like, she said, you're not bugging me. So I see homes that I sit there and I go, okay, if you drive by a home and the home looks really bad and they're letting their most important investment of their life kind of go down the tubes, and you see brand new, really nice cars out front, okay, they need to pull up their bootstraps and do something to make their home look better and preserve their home. Because, 10 years from now, when they decide to sell it, it's going to be so worn down that it's going to cost them too much to sell it and get the money out that they need to buy the next property. With somebody who I walk by their house and it looks really bad and they have really nasty cars and they look like they're struggling just from the outside, I really just want to knock on the door and ask them if they need help. And I don't know how I can help them. I might be able to help them with a budget. I might be able to help them understand what they're going through and how they can fix it. I don't know, because I've been through so much. But to me, I just have the heart to help other people. And when you help other people and pay it forward, it comes back tenfold. At least that's what everybody tells me. So I'm just saying that we should all try to pay it forward in some way. And when you do that, like when I take the time to help somebody and look at their budget and say, okay, this is your budget. It looks like it's really tight. Maybe you or your husband needs to get another job. And like when I had a couple where the wife was making really, really good money. And because she was making good money, he wasn't working as hard, but they were renting and she wanted to buy and they couldn't buy because he didn't have the income showing, he didn't have the history of an income. And it says, gosh, I can't read them when they come so fast. They come in and they go out, and I wish they would save in the comments so I could read them, but they don't. So I just wanted to come on. It says maybe send a flyer. Oh, you mean like send a flyer to their house and ask them if they need any help? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. We can figure it out. But I think that, I know I talked last week about, I would love to get a group of people together that all want to help each other. I don't care what state you're in, but that we can all have like, what's that called, where you brainstorm to help other people. And maybe even, I just don't know. I mean, at this point, there's some people that, they got into their home and they could afford it at that point, and maybe somebody lost their job and they can't get to that point that they want to get to. So I'm just saying, think about it. When you see a neighbor that needs help them, and who knows, it'll come back to you. So remember, don't spend a lot of money at Christmas. Spend time. And I'll show you some of the things that I do to spend time. It says, let's help people. I love that. Do you offer role-playing groups to practice real estate? No, I don't do role-playing groups, but I do coaching. And what we were offering this year for coaching is, I am in a thing called Fab 40, because I'm over 40, obviously. And what it is it's a competition to help raise money for breast cancer awareness and breast cancer prevention. So what I offered to do is, normally we coach for $65 for a half hour, and I don't know what we do for an hour. So I said, okay, so what I'm going to do is I will take on as many coaching clients as I can if they do a donation to the breast cancer awareness thing that I'm doing right now. Miss Sharon, the reason I have my real estate license is because of me. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad you have your real estate license. I think everybody should get it, whether you're going to be a real estate agent or a loan officer, or you're not going to be either. If you have your real estate license in today's market, if you represent yourself, I mean, I know a lady who only got a real estate license because she wanted to buy a home. And what she did, it says, it's not obvious, Sharon. What's not obvious? It's not obvious. Sometimes you guys put stuff in there. I'm like, what the heck are you saying? Anyway, so she got her real estate license just so she can represent herself, because she knew she knew that she was going to buy a house that was going to be at least $500,000, and if she represented herself and the commission was 3%, she got $15,000. So she bought her house and she was able to get that $15,000 minus what she had to give to her broker to use to move in, decorate the house, and get prepared. Or get this, it's not obvious about being over 40. Oh, thank you, because I'm 63. So anyway, this is how it goes. Like, let's say that you want to negotiate and you're going to get paid your commission. Well, the thing that you could do is you could use your commission. You could use your commission to lower the price of the house, and then your tax base is going to be lower. So there's so much you can do with a real estate license. And that's why I always say, whether you're going to be, bye me, Sharon, I have to go to work. Oh, bye. Have a good time at work today. And I'm going to get off right now, and then I'm going to get the Texas book and start moving forward in the Texas. So I'll be back in like a half hour or so doing Texas. So if you have any questions about buying, selling, getting your real estate license and how to do it. All you got to do is put it in the comments, because like the girl that put it in the comments on how to buy a house in Texas, I'm going to mention that basically any state, wherever you go, you're going to have the same stuff that we're looking for. We're always going to be looking at your credit, your income, and if you're going to use a down payment assistance program, or how much money you're going to put down. So if you need to sit down and set a plan, put it in our chat and we'll talk to you about a plan to buy a house. Have an amazing day. See me tomorrow. Bye.